Well, I can confirm the weather stripping works against bird crap. Saved it. No respect. For safety reasons, you want to make sure you always get your face as close to the blade as possible. Like that, that's fine. This side is deeper. And looks a lot better. Whoa. So for those who don't know, these walls are 3/4 inch plywood. So you can drill into them, you can drill holes in them. They already have a bunch of holes in them from the inner racks that they had on the inside that you can tie your refrigerator to and stuff. So it makes it a lot easier to do stuff like this. Every time. Oh yeah. That'll hold some plywood. That's all we're doing there. Alright, here we go. Today, you can see behind me, we've got the mom's attic, the floor of the mom's attic installed with the 2-inch insulation. And what we're going to hope to achieve today is to get the walls in. Basically, that's going to entail making a bunch of cutting a bunch of studs. First of all, I have to cut the studs because there's no such thing as a 2-inch deep actual. 2x4 is not 2 inches. The 2x4 is 1.5 by 3.5. So I have to cut a 2x4 into an actual 1.5 by 2 inch stud to put on these walls because I need it to stick out 2 inches so that the insulation is flush, which is what we've been doing up here. This is a 2x4. It's been cut to 2 inches so that it matches the exact depth of the insulation, which is 2 inches. I know what you're thinking, 2 inches insulation, that's right. We're doing R13 insulation all the way around. The only place that's not gonna have R13 insulation is this panel. This is 1 inch insulation in here, but as you'll see in future vids, there's gonna be a wall here, a seal. I'm gonna have a door here and then windows here. It's gonna be airtight. So you're gonna have an airtight seal between the 1 inch insulation and my actual living space. So I think that's gonna make up for the lack of insulation overall on this side. It's gonna be an air gap with an actual wall between the outside and me. So see on the walls, we've already got kill mat installed. Kill mat is a sound deadener. The point of this is to reduce sound transmission from the outside in. Basically all this does is it adds mass to the wall to reduce vibrations. But I will admit, these walls, as I mentioned already, are 3/4 inch thick plywood. So the likelihood of this kill mat actually reducing any kind of sound transmission through this wall is probably very low. And if it does anything, it's probably going to be negligible, but I figured I'd throw it on there anyway because it's not that expensive. And again, we want this to be as stealth as possible. So one of the things you see a lot of van lifers, as they like to call themselves, is that they get police visiting them, they get people knocking on their windows. First of all, I'm not going to have any visible windows. Stealth. So nobody's gonna know this is a tiny home. But there's also the element of sound. So if I'm doing stuff in here, even though there's no windows, they can't see, they have no indication that this is a tiny home. If they hear something in here, like me taking a shower or my computer playing music, whatever it is, then that's gonna give me away. So the kill mat is just an attempt to reduce that possibility. Again, likelihood of impact that it's gonna have, probably negligible, but I'm throwing it on there anyway, just to be sure. And there's really no way for me to test this. Now I will say that it will likely have a good effect on the ceiling, because this is thin aluminum. And this is why everyone uses kill mats in vans, because sound deadening on thin metal does have an effect. This vibrates really easily because it's thin. These walls do not vibrate very easily because they're thick plywood. So I am going to put the rest of the kill mat that I have on the ceiling before I move forward with putting the ceiling in. Anyway, let's get to work on the walls. added a crossbar here because that's where my cabinets are going to be mounted over the kitchen area. Alright, there it is. Walls, insulation and framing is complete, and as you can see, it's a mess. I can confidently say that cutting insulation is the least enjoyable thing that I've had to do so far. I'm going to be filling the corners with fiberglass insulation. This is going to remain uninsulated because I'll be cutting that out, the majority of it anyway, to make a window in the front. So you'll see more about that in the next couple episodes. And as far as the ceiling goes, another teaser for you guys. I will be cutting and making my own hatch slash sunroof above the mom's attic right up here. So maybe that will be in the next one. But we gotta do wiring now, and then we can start cutting the outlets for where the electricity is gonna go. Route the cables across the ceiling. And yeah, this is where we're at so far.